We've been doing a series on shopping habits of each of the four types, and we're on type 3 today. That is my world. I am a type 3 rich dynamic woman. The energy of type 3 is naturally swift and determined, push forward, and we do our shopping in that movement. We are the get it done shopper on a mission. Don't be talking to me, get out of my way. And you might prefer to do your shopping alone for the reason you don't want to be slowed down. You want to get in and get out as fast as you can. It's a check it off your to-do list. So store shopping is one aspect to that. And we've got online shopping and more available to us than ever. So we're going to talk about both in these 5 tendencies. When I mention these, share in a comment which ones you identify with. I'm Carol Tuttle, the creator of Dressing Your Truth. We're looking at my 4 types system called energy profiling and how we express our true nature in things like shopping. When you don't pay attention or think about who you need to be, that is when you are naturally who you are meant to be. You show up effortlessly. Read about it in my book, It's Just My Nature. This is a very thorough read. It helps you understand the whole system of energy profiling. My YouTube videos are snippets, little introductory pieces. The book is the go-to. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for doing that. It helps it reach more people, helps you stay in touch with this information that can support you in creating a better life. So what do type 3s do that is true to their nature? I've got to take off that one. We just did type 2. Here's type 3. Type 3 shopping habits, the get it done shopper. Number 1, you think fast on your feet. You tend to move through stores swiftly, eyeing like a hawk what you are attracted to. So you really do either love shopping or it's a necessity of life. And I know Dressing Your Truth, I wasn't ever a big shopper for the actual pleasure of the experience. But boy, once I developed my Dressing Your Truth system and I created style guides that would help me identify colors and my other elements that are true to my type, it made it actually, it became this hunting my prey, going in like the hawk, and I was able to find it very quickly. It supported my swift process, let's just say, in getting better purchases, because I already was swift. You're probably already swift. It's just now going to fine tune what you want to move through swiftly to get better outcomes, because you're going to get items that are really, truly the best for you. Number 2, getting a good deal is almost more important than loving the item. Now check yourself on this one, because you may be tempted by a price point and have a mediocre item and not love it. It's more important to just wait and trust that what you love can be found at a great price point. In fact, I tease, we're the type that will mention to people, I only paid $10 for this. Yeah, I got a really good deal on it. It was only $3. And so our attraction to a deal is, it's almost like, yeah, look what I hunted down. Believe you can have both. You can have quality, you can have a great item, and you can have a good deal. So watch your tendency to override what is really more important, that the item is something you're going to love rather than just a good deal. Number 3, you don't like taking time to try on clothes. Oh, count me in on that one. I don't want to take the time. So I actually have a energy testing system. I should record a video on it. Take note, video on how to energy test if something will hit. I pretend I've got this it's got to be a 5-star review item that I could click 5 stars and write a 5-star review that I love it that much that I actually can test with my fingers if something. It's my love, 5 loves test, which represent the 5 stars. And 89 to 95% of the time, depending on how my energy's running, it's spot on. So I have to do a video on that, but it does keep me out of the dressing room, which I don't want to take time for. But take time to try things on that you particularly are unsure of, because it will save you time if you then end up having to return it. Just do shopping in shorter stints And we'll get to the online thing now, but if you'll do less, it's when you get bogged down with taking, 10, 15 things into your dressing room that it's just like, oh, I'm done. Number 4, online shopping can be a challenge if you skip over too many details, meaning not reading reviews, not reading about the description of the garment, sizing particulars. I know I will buy clothing items on Amazon, and they have an algorithm where they actually track your purchases and have, based on what the retailer is put in the database for their sizing particulars, they'll actually some of you may have noticed this, it will come up and say, based on your former purchases, we recommend whatever size that particular brand would be congruent with the purchasing you've done based on the items you've kept. So that's a huge benefit to someone like me that doesn't want to have to read all the height, weight, sizing particulars to know the body the body measurements based on how they've sized things. So I do know that if certain goods and merchandise come from Asian markets, they tend to be smaller. So I've learned that. So where's the source of the sizing? And is it really true to our sizing for those of us, whatever country you're in, but most of my viewers are in the United States. But make sure you get enough information, because otherwise you end up with something you don't want, can't wear, doesn't fit, and then again you have to take time to return it. Number 5, you tend to not read too many reviews or the item description, sizing details. More emphasis on that of what I just talked about, which can result in items that do not fit. Now I have learned to read reviews, and that would be, I read a few, the lower ones, I read the better ones. Sometimes the lower ones are all about the experience of purchasing rather than the item itself. And I like particularly to see about sizing, if based on that particular purchaser's own body measurements, if it was too big, too small. I learn a lot about that. And pay attention to the brands that you get familiar with and go back to those. That will save you time, because you're familiar with their sizing, what fits, what you like. So what's working for you in the online world? What retailers do you find are easy to deal with? A lot of times it'd be better if you, because of the details factor, it's better if they have free return shipping and they have a return shipping label in. Make sure that, look at those details. Read the reviews, get the specifics. That's what number 4 and 5 are really speaking to in our online experience. So you're setting yourself up for success. Which of these did you relate to? Are you a type 3? Are you a swift, dynamic, push forward woman? I hope you're using that to your best benefit. And thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for, we'll bring me back here into my main view. There I am. Thank you for living your truth and sharing your gifts with the world. Appreciate you. We'll see you in the next video. We're going to talk about type 4. What kind of shopper would a type 4 be? What do you think? We'll see if you're right in the next video.